Now, folks, what I want to do is I want to spend a few minutes with you, and the next few minutes is really serious about your building your business and helping it to become successful. I have been involved in the insurance industry and with UFirst and United Financial Freedom for over 40 years. I've got 40 years of experience in building, recruiting, selling, training, building base shops, building national organizations. I've been very fortunate to be a part of this industry and see some phenomenal things. And what we've wanted to do is that we want to make sure that everything's getting in line that you can maximize your income. We have a lot of people out there right now that are working really, really hard. And they're putting in a lot of time, they're putting in a lot of energy, a lot of effort to make their business work. And we want to make sure that everyone is taken care of, and we also want to make sure that nobody feels that they're getting left behind. We're a company that we appreciate our people. We're a people business. As much as what we do in helping people get out of debt, which is, I can't think of anything really better to help people do than to get out of debt and get them relieved of that burden. But to help people make a great income and build a good solid business, if you're working hard, we just want to make everything fair. So we're going to go through some maintenance requirements that are going to be required. Now listen, this starts February the 1st. This goes into effect February the 1st. They're not in effect right now, but we're going to go over this. You'll be able to listen to this recording again. If you have any questions, just let us know. As a matter of fact, if you got questions, you can type some in. I believe John is on there on the computer. He'll be happy to answer anything that you might have a question on if we have some time to do that. So as we go through this, keep your questions brief, but this will be explained more even in the future. But let me tell you a little kind of an example. We've got a few agents that are out there that came on board with the company, that came back on board. They were here during the UFirst days. And, you know, when they got a call from someone, they decided that they wanted to come back on board with the company. But some of the people that came back on board, they just really didn't have the time to put in it. They thought that they did, or right now they can't do it. You know, some people, they actually have a job, and they just, you know, they've even told some of our managers, look, I just can't work the business right now. I have a job. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to plug in, but right now, you know, I just can't commit the time to doing it. But we have managers who are out there working with their people who do want to do the business. Well, somebody's got to train them. Somebody's got to do the presentations. Somebody's got to run the analysis. Somebody's got to close the sales. Somebody's got to stay in communication with those people. You know, there's a lot of training and a lot of things that go into building your business. This is not just go out and recruit somebody and, hey, good luck to you. You got to put the time and the effort and the energy to build. It's like an oil well. Picture it like an oil well. Man, when you go out there and you get that oil and you hit that oil and you put that well there and it starts pumping and it's pumping every day, that thing is pumping barrels of oil every day, and then that's profit to you. That's your income coming into you. So what you want to do is look, if you had 10 oil wells, would you want to make sure that the maintenance on that oil well is taken care of? Absolutely you would. And that's what we want to do for people, is to make sure that they're being taken care of and that everyone is getting paid in the way that they should. So we have a quarterly maintenance requirement. Now, managing directors and below, not executive directors, managing directors and below, you must do 1 full personal sale or 2 personal recruits in any previous 3 consecutive months. So look at any consecutive 3-month period of time, and you must have made at least 1 full sale or gotten 2 recruits, or count the current month that you're in and the 2 previous months. And what that will do is that will help you to stay qualified. Now, managing directors and below that do not meet the quarterly maintenance requirements, here's what's happening. That agent will stay at that same rank. So you'll stay at your rank. If you're a managing director, you stay a managing director, but you're not eligible to receive overrides because you haven't done a sale in 3 consecutive months or you haven't recruited anyone. Well, here's what we found out. We found out that those people are not even engaged at all. They're not making sales, they're not working with their people, they're not training their people. As a matter of fact, someone else is having to do it. Well, if you look at that situation, is it fair for the person who's training them, teaching them, working along with them to make sure they get the income, they get the split sales, they get the training, or the person who just can't commit right now? Well, we want to make sure that everything works out properly, and so this is a 3-month maintenance requirement. Again, managing directors and below, all you have to do, look, one sale. It doesn't have to be $3,500. It can be just one sale or 2 personal recruits in any of the 3 previous months or the current month plus the 2 previous months. So make sure that you do that. That's not very hard. It's not hard at all to do that. So that agent will become override eligible, though, once again, if they backfill the managing director and below quarterly maintenance requirements. And we're going to go through that, okay? So, well, wait, Steve, now I've got some free time. I want to get back active in the business. I want to start doing something. I'm ready to start building and getting this thing really going. I just haven't had the time to do it. What happens? Can I get started again? Can I get going again? Well, absolutely you can. You just got to meet the managing director requirements, and you're back in. Now, as an executive director and above, quarterly maintenance requirements is you do 5,000 in volume, in branch volume. This is your base shop, your branch, okay? You got to do 5,000. Now, folks, let's talk about how tough that is, okay? $5,000 in volume, that's about 1.5 sales. When you look at it, if you look at our average sale of $3,500, that's about 1.5, maybe 2 sales in a 3-month period of time. That's your whole team that has to do that. Can your whole team do 1.5 to 2 sales over that period of time? And the executive director above must have 1 personal full sale to qualify. Now, what does that mean? Oops. Hang on just 1 second. Okay. A split sale qualifies as a half of sale. So always keep that in mind, okay? If you do a split sale, it is going to count, but it counts for a half a sale. So all you have to do is go recruit someone and make 2 half sales. Do two training sales, and you qualified. So your whole branch does 5,000 in volume, 1.5 to 2, maybe 3 sales, and you got to do 1 personal full sale to qualify, and you maintain your maintenance requirements. In any previous 3 consecutive months or the current month, let's say the current month that we're in right now, January, plus the 2 previous concurrent months, that's what you must do it in. 3 consecutive. It can't be 2 months, skip a month, and then do another month. They must be consecutive months. Or if you look at the month we're in, January, so it'd be January, December, November. So make sure those months are consecutive for you to stay in the maintenance requirement. So it's pretty simple. Executive directors and above that do not meet the quarterly maintenance requirements, again, let me ask you, if you're not doing 1 sale and you don't have anybody doing any volume, not even doing $5,000 in volume, then here's what happens. That means they're not working. And we have people that's happening, folks. So again, all we're trying to do is make sure that the people who are working with other people are being treated fairly, that they're making their income, but we're going to be fair to the people that want to get engaged again as well. Just right now might not be the timing for it. So for any person that does not meet those maintenance requirements, the agent drops down to a managing director and is not eligible to receive any overrides just for a period of time unless they do this. The agent will not be eligible for base shop or generational overrides. The agent will not be eligible for the ED bonus pools. What has that executive director above done for 3 consecutive months? They've done nothing. And what happens is that overrides will go to them, and the people who are working with their teams possibly, they're not getting anything, or they're getting very little, and those people are making the dollars and they're not even engaged in the business. Well, let me ask you, what business would you be involved in that if you did nothing, they're going to send you a check? Can you tell me any company that would do that? In my lifetime, I've been working since I was 15 years old. In my lifetime, never did anyone say, Steve, don't show up, don't work, don't do anything, and we're going to send you a check. That's not what business is about. So be involved, be engaged. Now, while at the rank of a managing director, the agent is subject to the MD and below quarterly maintenance requirements. Okay, what is that? 1, full sale, or 2, personal recruits. So that's what you're subject to for the managing director requirements. That agent could become eligible to receive base shop overrides if they have 1 personal full sale or 2 recruits in a 90-day period. So what are we telling you? We're telling you that, hey, if you want to get engaged, all you have to do to become eligible from that managing director spot to receive base shop overrides is to have 1 personal full sale or 2 recruits in a 90-day period of time. That agent can become an executive director again once they fill the quarterly maintenance requirements for the ED and above. What is that? $5,000 and 1 full sale. 5,000 in volume, 1 full sale, you're back to an executive director. Folks, we are not trying to stymie anyone's growth. We're not trying to hurt anyone's growth from in the company. We want you to make money. We want you to be happy. We want you to be successful. But we're looking at the whole team. And look, there's only a handful of people that really this applies to be honest. Okay? Most people are out there working hard, managing your people, training your people, working with your people, and doing everything that you're supposed to do. All former UFF agents will start now this is new, okay? All former starting February the 1st. What have we done to this point in time? If an agent was formerly a UFirst agent, they could come back at their former rank. Starting February the 1st, all former UFF agents or UFirst agents will start at the rank of associate. Oh my goodness, start at the rank of associate. Watch how simple this is though. This will prove to you that we want people back and we want to pay them and we just want them to be engaged. Watch this. If an associate completes 2 training sales, here's what we know. Most of the people that did come back in rank, they've been out of the business 10 or 11 years. So much has changed. So many things have gotten so much better. The presentation, the analysis, and how to close a sale and working with people. All of that has to come back, and someone has to work with you and train you. All we're saying is do this. If you as an associate, you make 2 training sales, that means you're going to work with a manager, a certified trainer. You're going to make 2 split sales, which they're going to do for you basically, okay, in your market, people that you know. With a certified field trainer in their first 90 days, they will be grandfathered to their old rank for the next 90 days. So if you were formerly with UFirst or UFF, UFirst really, because you've been gone 10 or 11 years, you want to come back in, you're going to get paid as an associate. You're going to do 2 split sales, and then you do those 2 split sales, you'll be grandfathered back. If you were an executive director, senior executive director, whatever you were, you will be grandfathered back to that, and you now start the 90-day maintenance program for that level. So how hard was that for you to get back to that rank? It wasn't hard at all. It was simple. We're just saying, hey, you need to learn our program, what it does, how powerful and how strong it is, so that when you get those 2 training sales, you're off on your own, you're recruiting, you're building, and you're probably on your way to becoming a trainer yourself. Now, once grandfathered, they will have 90 days to backfill that volume. Remember that. Those requirements from associate to their grandfather rank to maintain their grandfather rank. Once you're grandfathered, okay, so what you do, your 2 split sales, boom, you're back at executive director because that's where you were. Now, you've got another 90 days to just backfill what it took you to get to an executive director over that period of time. But we're giving you 90 days to do it. You're going to get paid as an executive director. And all you have to do is build your business back and do the business volume that it took to become an executive director or a senior executive director. Now, Folks, that is so simple and so easy, and we really have put a lot of time and energy, John and Skylar, and we've gotten recommendations from people, from other managers in the company. We've gotten feedback. This has not been something that was thought up overnight. There's been a lot of time and energy and effort put into this to make sure that the people that do go back to a managing director or that don't meet their quarterly requirements, that they are treated fairly. We want you to know that we want you in the company. We want you to do business. We want you to be active. So we made it as simple as we possibly know how to make it. And for those people who are really working very hard, we have people working 6, 7 days a week who are working very hard, training other people's people and doing and they're out there working full time at this. This is their full-time position for many, many people. We just want to make sure that they're treated fairly as well. And we think that's a smart way to run our business. If an agent does not backfill the necessary volume requirements in that 90 days to maintain their grandfathered rank, then they will revert to whatever rank they've actually earned by paid volume. So again, here's what we're saying. You're going to go back to an executive director. Come in as an associate, do your 2-split sales. Then you're going to get promoted, let's say in this example, back to an executive director. Okay, you've got 90 more days to backfill that production to keep your rank. Now, if you get back involved, remember you're building your business as an executive director commission rank. But if all you do is back to a director or back to a managing director, then at the end of that 90 days, that's the position that you will be put in. Can you move up? Absolutely you can. You can get going and get moving up again, but you must fall within those 90-day minimum requirements to stay at that position, okay, that you've actually earned. Now, this will apply to all former UFF agents, regardless of your previous UFF rank. Grandfathered rank must be requested by your upline master trainer, and you'll be able to find out who that is. This will apply to all former UFF agents, regardless of their previous UFF rank, starting February the 1st. Grandfathered rank must be requested by the upline master trainer. Okay? So once to get promoted again, back to that grandfathered rank, the master trainer will say, yes, this person is involved, they're engaged, they're working the business, they deserve to have that grandfathered rank, and boom, you're put back into that position. Management rank advances. Only direct level 1 frontline executive directors count toward your rank advancements to these positions. Senior executive director, managing executive director, or partner. Now, this is again a pretty easy thing to keep in your mind, because what do we want you to do? We want you to look, your strong people, your organization, your teams will come with you working with your first levels. And then you also work under them and helping them get promoted. What we want you to do is we want to make sure that you become an executive director, that you have the opportunity to get to these levels, to make the top commissions, to be able to participate in the pools. So what we want to do is make sure that we strengthen up those individuals by having your first levels, the people that you directly recruit. Okay, you directly recruit those people. Those are the ones, when they become executive directors, they count for your rank advancements. So whatever you have to do to be a senior executive director, managing executive director, or a partner, that's how those people would be the ones that you directly recruited. Generation overrides. Generational overrides will remain as currently programmed with compression in place. So as far as the generational overrides are concerned, those overrides will remain as currently programmed with compression in place. So your overrides will not change, okay? What we're saying is, in order for you to get into the pools, in order for you to move up into the higher positions, then you're gonna need to get those people to executive director, and then you'll be able to participate again in the pools. But your generational overrides, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth generations, they remain as they currently are programmed, so you'll make an override. don't lose anything on that. Hey, I know it's a lot of information, folks, but this is being recorded. You got some questions, be sure that you type in and ask any questions that you might have.